Hi everyone, Julia here recording this December 2nd, 2023. Wow, crazy. And here I am, right back where I started when I started this channel. I've moved back to that location. I've just moved away from the other side of that mountain right there, where all the clouds like to hang out. And yeah, I'm back here at Dom's, and Kenneth and I are most likely going to make the move back to Texas early next year if we can manage the financial aspect of that. When we're in the States, we'll qualify for all kinds of government assistance. Like in Texas, they have SNAP, which, they give you money for food, and housing assistance, because Kenneth's on disability and I'm on Social Security, retirement. And yeah, even with both of us together, it's really low. It's still below the poverty level, so we qualify for all that extra money. So I think that'll help us out a bit in that arena. So I'm thinking just to go to Texas for a year, and then or so, who knows? I'm such a nomad these days. And then maybe migrate down to Mexico or South America somewhere where it's warmer. So yeah, wow, everything can change so quick. And this spot right here, I think it might be up a little further, is where I did my first Simplicity Revealed video. And that was almost 2 years ago. And I was on that video talking about how I really wanted to have a community. And so I've tried that. And wow, so many lessons. And yeah, it's really interesting how the universe will steer you to get your lessons and then steer you away when you're done. And I was committed to 5-6 years before last week. And now, man, I can do anything I want again. So I don't have any obligations, long term, like years and years. So yeah, I feel really free, and I'm excited about the future. Kenneth's pretty stoked. And I talked about Kenneth before. He's my nephew that was a victim of a crime in Austin, Texas, back in 2014. This guy was throwing rocks off the freeway, making cars crash. Happened to Kenneth, and then a botched surgery caused him to have a stroke. And ever since then, he's can't really speak, and he's partially paralyzed. But other than that, he's all good. So yeah, he's been with me since 2016, and we've just been trudging through it. We've been in Europe since 2018, and yeah, he's learning to be an adventurer, hanging out with an aunt like me. And yeah, it's just so interesting to be on this journey, and especially when you can be objective when things are happening and see what's going on. And of course there's always a little drama when things get disrupted and trajectories get reset in different directions, but that's okay. That's what's fun about life. It's all just easy and simple. What would be the point? So yeah, and like I said in the last video, any of the people that I've come across in the past 2 years, with respect to my community goals, And, you know, I take a lot of blame for the community not working because I didn't take leadership role at all. But I'm cool, you know, I tried it. And to me, community is bigger than just a group of people living together trying to get along with all their egos. You know, to me, that's no longer my definition of community. My definition of community is, you know, worldwide. We're all community, all of us out here who help each other out when we need it. And any of the members that I've come across of our communities over this past 2 years that are mature and willing to do a little bit of honest self-reflection, we're fine. You know, we don't have any beef between us. We're like, yeah, okay, cool, you're over there, I'm over here, we're doing our things. And like James and I, we're, you know, gonna see him on Sunday. Go out and watch Kenneth at his jam session. Have some chips and coffee. But, yeah. People today, they just want to cancel you after, you know, you don't get along over one issue or you didn't behave perfectly according to their standards. And all this judgment gets thrown around. And, of course, anytime we're judging someone else, we're projecting because they're having a behavior that we also have that we don't like. So we have to really consider when we get triggered by the way other people act. And, man, denial, right? Denial is not just a river in Egypt. So many people just won't do that honest self-reflection. And, yeah, it's sad. You know, you have to be able to go, okay, yeah, I did that in the past, and I shouldn't try to hide it from everyone. I should just own it, forgive myself for not doing better, but I did the best I can at the level of consciousness I was at, and I'm going to move on and do better going forward. But what I'm seeing is people who like to try to bury everything. It's so nice to be back here. It's the best walking place we've lived at in Portugal. Well, since we've been in Europe, really. But, yeah, you just have to not be in denial about the facts. The truth will always reveal itself. The truth is always there, and it always seeps through. And when you're not authentic and you're not who you say you are, it will get noticed. And if I'm one of the people in your company, I might be the one to point that out. And I might not be. You know, I'm working on whether I should do that kind of thing or not. But, you know, I'm not going to just sit back and let certain things go, you know, like I was talking about in the last video. That's what led us to the situation like in the movie Idiocracy, you know. It's just like, oh, incompetence is okay. They're doing, you know, it's just, I don't know. And when people project on you, you should just be like, yeah, that's their deal. But it's like, where's that balance where you go, yeah, well, you said this because this part of you, because I guess there's really no point in doing that. Because if they're in denial, they're in denial. And, yeah, so you can see I'm giving myself a lecture again. But, yeah, if someone's in denial, they're in denial. And most people that are lashing out at you, projecting, they're in denial. So you giving anything back to them, no matter what way you present it, it's not going to go anywhere with them. Maybe it'll plant a seed, but we all know. We all really know what we're denying, especially if it's our behavior. Now, when it's judgments that we have about ourselves, we might not even realize what we're denying. But that's something you can work through on Language Lessons of the Heart, which you'll find a playlist on this channel. LLOTH Workshop playlist is excellent. Takes you all through the process. But if your denial is just about the way you behave, then other people pointing it out isn't going to make it come home any more than you already know. If you're not behaving properly, but you're not admitting it, you know that. You know that. If you lie just to get your way, you know that. You know, if you're always just trying to manipulate and gaslight people or whatever, you know it. You know what you're doing. So, yeah, we just have to own up to what we are and who we are. We're just all here learning, doing our best, taking our lessons in, and hopefully when we know better, we do better. But when you know better and you don't do better, that's a whole nother story. So, yeah, I hope it wasn't too lectury, but it was mostly for me. And I hope everyone has a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Remember to stay focused on what you want and help others if you can. Ciao, ciao.